WBBC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3. Your hottest digital station.
Now in digital HD sound.
What's going on, man? It's the one and only DJ Malone, Chicago, 77.3, the best place to be at. On any day, really, how you guys doing? I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and I hope you are too. People, man, I've just been on the tear. I've been talking to people, doing my damn thing, and you know, I just keep on doing it. This next person I got coming up, man, I really think you guys, football lovers, or just sports lovers in general, if you love sports, then I know you're going to love this next one. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in with me, and it gives me a great honor and privilege to bring this guy up, man, and I really enjoy everything that he has brought to the legacy of football. Go introduce yourself real quick, man.
Yeah, my name is Troy Hambrick.
Hambrick, what's going on, Joe? I just like how you say that, man. That's some authority right there.
Man, you have to say it, man. You have to make them say your name. They don't give no free layups out here in this world.
Yes, yes, sir, man. Your pedigree speaks for itself, but I want my people and people who were just born maybe in the 2000s or and below. Right. Let's talk about who you are and what you have done.
Well, I don't know what I've done. You know, I can tell you one fun fact that I think my brother and I was the first brother tandem to ever make an NFL roster.
Yeah.
You know, so that's one fun fact. I'm originally from Lacucci, Florida.
Okay.
You know, hard way of life coming up. You know, poverty, and went on to the University of South Carolina to exploit my talents. And, you know, ended up at the Dallas Cowboys as an undrafted rookie free agent back in 2000.
Okay. So let me ask you this, man, because the NFL was a different place at that time. The world was in a different place at that time. How do you think it measures up to now?
Well, if you're talking about the level of play, you know, the market has skyrocketed. So, you know, it's more money out there on the table for guys, you know, so television ratings are up. So that's where it's at as far as marketing wise. You know, you look at a Patrick Mahomes record setting deal over there. He's redone his deal. You know, he has to be the highest paid ever to touch the money. So, you know, you look at some of these guys' contract and, you know, it's one of those things where they're just absolutely blessed to come up in this era.
That's real. That's real, man. I want to say there was back then, and I don't want to seem like it's an old head conversation, but I think too there was something about a grittiness that people had back then. You had points to prove. People wanted to really say, "Hey, I want to do this on my own," instead of just somebody giving it to me.
Right. Yeah. You know, I know about the grittiness. I came on a team that had 9 or 10 running backs in front of me.
Yeah.
And came on as an undrafted rookie free agent coming into Dallas, you know, with the Chris Warrens, the Emmitt Smiths, the Robert Thomas, the Mikey Wileys, the Chris Kachumas. You know, I can't name them all, but those guys was chosen. Mm-hmm. And when I came in, man, you know, they got me on the back end of the barrel, giving me an opportunity through my brother, you know, and to get the work from the bottom has always been my thing now. It's just, you know, worked my way all the way up to a starter.
I like that, man.
And man, it was a long way through practice squad, through special teams. You know, you had to be productive. You had to make them say your name.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing given. Now they get in positions, just hand it to them now.
That's real. How do you think the running back position has not elevated, but has evolved over the years?
I think the running back position has devalued from the standpoint of usage and availability. You know, you're taking some big shots at that running back position. The game is more of a quarterback receiver friendly game now. You know, you can name some running backs, but after Saquon Barkley, you know, it shuffles up deeply in there. So, you know, I don't think the money is guaranteed. I don't think the big deal's there anymore for the running backs. I think they're more there for the scat, the in-between guys, to keep the offense up and going, because the fans love to see a big throw from Patrick Mahomes or a big throw from Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
you know, so or Dak Prescott. That's what I should have said first with my Cowboys. To C.D. Lamb, George Pickens. That's what the fans want to see.
That's real. I like this, man. I really do. I think I want to go and dive back into your love of sports real quick. And when you were coming up, man, when did you fall in love with sports? Do you think?
Man, I think I fell in love with sports right when my mom got me, dropped me. I come from my daddy Julius Grant. They're tied into Mudcat Grant, was a legendary baseball player, one of the first black pitchers to ever throw the ball early in the 1943, somewhere up in there. I can't seem to get the time, 30 something.
Yeah.
But you know, must salute to him. He started the way of greatlism, was us setting the mark, wanting to see something. Then we had cousins come up in front of us, played good, solid ball. Mike Hambrick, James Hambrick, and then here come Darren and Troy, two brothers. So, it was in the bloodline. I think the right mixture of the Hambrick Grant blood threw off two sensations because my brother and I played.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, my brother was drafted to the Dallas Cowboys at Darren Hambrick at linebacker position.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think
Okay.
in 1998.
Okay, that's what's
If I
up.
say it right. So, it was just the love, man. And then you look at the environment and you ask yourself, how do I get out of this hole?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't many opportunities there working. We worked in Orange Grove field, Watermelon field. We did, back then. So, want to do something else, man. Want to do something else with our life. Tapped into some great coaches early on in our life
That's real.
that molded us and gave us a winning attitude and kept their hands on us.
That's real.
And
I like that.
man, they got us all the way through, man. And I'm telling you, man, God's given the ability all the way through.
It's a special situation when people care about you, and when you're going through it, you don't really realize how blessed it is until you get older, and then you look back and it's like, yo, that was pretty dope. That was pretty cool that happened, man.
Yeah, so I have a family named Mr. Tadlock, the Tadlock family.
Wow.
The Tadlock family would pick me up every day to take me to. My mom didn't have a car. And Pop Warner, they would come through every day and take me to practice and to and from practice every day.
Wow.
They wouldn't go down in the projects, but they'll drop me off at the top of the road. You hear me? But that's just a family that showed care.
Yeah.
And man, every time I see them, man, it's a hug, it's a what's up, man. It's a man, a family that I can mention right off the top of my head.
Do you think now, cause we have all these camps now. Of course, there were camps back then, but I think it's colluded so much now. Do you think now it's even more better that people have like these self camps that people can go to, or do you think there should be original kind of like, hey yo man, go through these kind of these, I don't know how to explain it, but kind of go through these ranks a little bit?
Well, I think, if you ask me and I had a camp to do, I would try to team up with my brothers in the area and we throw one big camp, because most likely we all play different positions. So that would cover it. But, guys get them out there, man. They show it from the heart. To get out there and give back to the community in some matter. We are an important figure to our community. And for our community to see us while we on top, man, it's no telling what that effect will have on one's life.
That's real.
And so I see a lot of Michael Pennis Jr. He's from my area. For the Atlanta Falcons, he just threw his camp. You got DJ Pickens coming. He's over at LSU at defensive back. Man, he's a high potential guy to be in the top 5, top 10 coming up. So these guys are throwing camps, showing love, giving back. Hopefully they're inspiring the next generation.
That's what's up,
knowing that they're one of a kind, and it's a low percentage of them.
Yeah, that's real. That's real, man. I want to commend you too, because when I was doing my research, man, let's talk about your foundation, man, because that's a beautiful project.
Man, I tell you, the foundation is built off of grit. It's my way of life, making the Dallas Cowboys roster. Coming from the 10th, 11th back to sustain myself by the grace of God to be able to be healthy enough to even perform.
That's right.
to ever get them opportunity for me to showcase my ability. You see, because I was up under evaluation. You know, in a game of sports, you're under evaluation, especially when you had a dollar amount. So to get the in between reps, to get the practice squad reps, to showcase my ability, to go down, turn myself into a special teams guy, a tight end, a fullback, a running back, just being a football player at a level where you're usually known just to play one position.
Yeah.
You got to make yourself available. And this is where I tell young men when I do, man, just be a football player. If you're not a franchise quarterback, you just got to be an athlete. You got to be wanting. You got to grit this thing out because now it becomes, can you get enough time in to be 100% vested for the future? Because time is moving, and if the God give you time, man, you're gonna need those benefits later on in life.
That's real. I respect that, man. As far as for the foundation, man.
Yeah.
I really like what it stands for. I really do. How did I guess? What do you guys provide? Like, do you guys provide?
Yeah,
services
we're still in the early ages. I mean, early stages, man. We're accepting donations on, just giving back to the community where you see need, where you see fit. On a trust value, a guy who's been through to the top, who's been, he fell back down. I went to prison. Got caught up in a drug deal. That trying to make ends meet with a family. Career in limbo, and I took the cheap way and the easy way out, and ended up getting jammed up in it. So the options that you have. Recidivism. Dealing with these guys coming in and out the system. See, can we change their way of thinking? Touch them, let them know, man, I'm one of them guys that made one of them decisions too, but I made one. You hear me? I mean, and then, so it's been 17 years now since I went, but at the same time, to show them that, man, it's hope, and there's resources out here to get them back corrected, and hopefully they don't reoffend. You got young kids needing to see me, need to see my brother, need to see, breathe some hope into them, help young mothers out, give back to them, create, transportation, give back to early childhood education funds. So it's just so much, man. It's so much, and I just thank God that I'm in this position for my name to be able to be called, that they'll trust and believe that I'll do the right things with their donations and the resources that we're providing.
I love that, man. And two, I like the fact that you're bringing back the village. And I think that's what's missing right now is the village. We talked about this before, where you had coaches, you had people in your corner who maybe they wasn't your mom and your dad, but they were for you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think we need to bring that back to where, hey, yo, man, hey, is your son going here? Hey, yo, man, get in the car. There's nothing wrong with a carpool. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And let's start it out together, man. And
yeah, so and that's the problem where I think with today's portal, and I think the transitioning with guys transferring from one school to the other. See, we didn't do that. Yeah. See, when I came up, your ass in there. And you gonna have to the cream rises to the top. Yeah. It ain't no dang on competition. If I got to compete against you, I got to whoop you out. May the best man win. I'm not shifting over to another school. I'm not running from competition. Huh? And I never, we didn't come up in that era where we had an option to run into another school.
That's real.
So this is what's wrong with, I feel, sports today. And I feel like it's taking the edge off of the kids of growing and learning and maturing and understanding diversity and adversity. And you're not gonna get to that major school and automatically just shine. Very few do that. You got to wait your turn. You got to wait. You got to build your portfolio. You got to be willing to do what you haven't done before. And so many kids quit because they turned from it early on, coming through high school, where mom made it a little softer for them, dad made it a little softer for them. We didn't have that. We had to stick it out. And when they mention your name now, bruh, they know you one of them dogs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You hear me?
And because I relate to you in the sense of, like, I came. I mean, I ain't that old, but I'm 38. So I came up in the era where I'm originally from Chicago. So
Okay.
I came up in the era where it's Apollo type of vibe. If
Yeah.
you wasn't good, they would let you know you wasn't good.
Yeah.
But I also understand that, like you said, the diversity. It's not saying it's the Buckles and the Crab, but we're all coming up and we have this level. Hey, yo, man. Sometimes I'm gonna be first place. Sometimes you're gonna be second place. That's just the way the game goes. I come back
Man.
another day and it could be different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
man. And I tell you, and I say that because, as you grow older, man, and you get on up there, man, you're gonna run into some challenges.
bro,
You're gonna run into some challenges, man, and you got to be prepared for them. And they got to come from your early childhood days where you can remember when you was in that position, and
that's
you
right.
have to remember when God broke it for you. You knew how to wait it out. Your moment was gonna come, and you shine.
That's real. That's real, man. I like that. I like this, man. Going forward, man. I know we be chilling right now, man. What's your diet like, man? What you eating like
Man,
right now,
my
man?
diet is just getting started. I've been sitting back, been sitting back the last 5 months, trying to overcome a tragic loss in my family. I lost my wife,
Yeah,
after 26 years. So, it's been tough on us. You feel me? So,
my
trying to get
condolences,
myself
man.
back up. I'm back walking on the treadmill, trying to, got to figure some stuff out, man.
That's real.
Life will throw you a curveball.
It definitely will.
you know.
How
So I
old?
got 5 beautiful kids to raise, man, and I look forward to raising them on and sticking with them. They got
That's real.
different walks of life, and we learning each other, and we're gonna stick together. We're gonna stick together, man, and we're gonna figure this thing out together.
How are you doing mentally? Like how's your
Man, it's
mindset?
it's 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 challenging. It's challenging from from the hurt aspect. It's challenging from, man, I've been pent down before, man. I've been in the penitentiary. I've been in the penitentiary where I've been locked down 23 hours out of the day. You feel me? Going through transit. You hear me? It wasn't that mentally challenging. Never been locked up like that before in my life. You hear me? Going down that cycle, that challenge, and there's so much damage down through there, the way they treat you down through there. And I ain't never been out there. Now here you go with death. And here I'm going down another tunnel, man. But you say I'm 49 years old.
That's right.
You know, you say I'm 49 years old, man, and you figure it out.
And like I said, man, my condolences to you and your family and everything, man.
Yeah,
Because I know when death comes, it's been on my door many a time, man, and
yeah.
it doesn't get any easier. You know what I'm
Yeah, it
saying?
don't get no easier. And then when they tap into the house like that, you start to ask a lot of questions, bro. You start to ask yourself a lot of questions, man, and especially when you got young ones tied to it.
That's
And
right.
that's even a little tougher, bro. It's
Yeah,
a little tougher, man. We're fighting. I'm giving myself to God. He is working it out for me. I'm laying all my issues at the cross.
that's real, man.
And every day, man, I had a guy tell me the other day, man, just try to be 1% better every day, Ham. Just be
Yeah,
1% better,
yeah.
and I thank God I'm here, man. It's been 100 and some days now since January 21st.
Wow.
So, we piking it out, man. You know,
Yeah. Hey,
packing it out.
hey, man. Like I said, I commend you. For wanting to push because that's just something that you just don't say. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes a lot for you to even say, okay, let's do this.
Yeah,
We got
man.
to keep going.
Yeah, we got to keep going, man. And that's how it is in the sports world. You have good days on Sundays. You got bad days on Sunday. You
That's
got
right,
good days on Friday. You got bad days. But what about next week?
bro.
Next week coming. You hear me? Next week coming, man. You might double it out. I've been a runner all my life. You hear me? And in the NFL, it was hard, because so much discipline on the field.
Mm,
But you find a way to get through, man. Working my way from the bottom of the depth chart all the way to a starter,
yeah,
all the way to be named a starter. Man, that's amazing to be able to work with a guy like Emmitt Smith, to
absolutely.
get the
Wow.
truth and the knowledge from him, get the truth and the knowledge. And, you know, things was rough up in there, man, because me being the young predecessor, you know how it is when, they don't want you to come in like that. And I had some things to say publicly at a immature stage in my life
That's right.
where I just was trying to fire two Florida boys competing. at the highest of all heights. And you know, I don't know if my comments still linger on Emmett or whatnot, but you know, I was a young man then, 24, 25 years old, you know, trying to just play ball. You hear
Yeah.
me? Just play ball, you know, and you know, I love Ozone, man. Zone brought me through. And I think in my mind that, you know, the Lord had especially made for Troy Hambrick to be right there with him.
Hey,
You
man.
know,
I like that.
you know, to be right there with him. I mean, the Lord, that had to be the Lord work. He had so many other names
Yeah.
in that position, man. And it was me. He chose me, you know, and that's the moment that I hold dear to my heart.
Yeah.
And I plan on, if the Lord give me the strength to walk this thing back down. And I plan on trying to get a documentary of some kind with us walking this all-time leading rushing record back down,
Yeah.
going back and reading some articles, talking about it. You know, they wrote about it
Yeah.
all the way up to his day. And
Wow.
you know, and man, we started working together as one, as a unit.
That's what's
The
up.
competitive stuff stopped, you know, stopped. The bickering back and forth in the media stopped, you know. And man, it became a beautiful thing. And then I had opportunity to go back out in Arizona
Okay.
and end up playing with him again. And man, what a out there in Scottsdale when Scottsdale was just coming up, man.
That's what's
Man, we
up,
had a
bro.
lovely time out there, man.
Let me ask you this, man. I love when you know, because I hear the joy in there, man, and everything, and I really enjoy seeing you. Hey, this is my element right here, man. This is what I love, man. Tell me about the days of like the locker room banter, man, of just things that you learned, like even just being in, like not oh yeah, I'm gonna teach you a lesson, but just something you learned by being in the locker room with those cats.
Well, when I came through, you know, they was hazing. You gonna get, you know, you gonna go get them sandwiches. You gonna build. You gonna have to gain your respect. You know, you gonna go get that drink. You gonna tote the helmets off that field. You feel me? I ain't heard them doing that in a long time. It wasn't no physical hazing. And I don't know if I'm using the right word,
Yeah.
but man, we're gonna tote them boys' helmet. We're gonna go get them boys sandwiches, man. Man, we're gonna make sure they got food, whatever they tell us before when they get on that plane on Saturday. Boy, boy, them young gators gonna have that stuff up in their form. I don't give a damn how it hurt your pockets. You hear me? And that's just the love of it, man. Dude,
Yeah.
Chris Warren came out of Seattle. You know, we forget about C-Dub out there, number 42. That's how I ended up getting 42. C-Dub wanted the ball like I wanted the ball.
Oh
But then we
man.
couldn't get it from Emmett. Jared said Emmett gonna get
Oh,
this mother.
man.
Jared said Emmett gonna get it. You hear me?
Yeah.
So
Hey, man.
C-Dub, something happened in the front office where C-Dub, Chris Warren, he just hit it. You know, he had enough of it. And man, I went and picked up that 42 jersey, man, and been wearing it ever since
I like that,
from
man.
opportunity. So,
That's
you
right.
know, from pledging to the locker room, saluting the veteran guys, you know, for me personally, I kept my eyes on the veterans, seeing what the veterans doing. Yeah, I ran the streets a little bit, but man, I kept my eyes on how they was operating, becoming a professional.
That's right.
See, when how you make a 53-man roster is, can they tell between a fifth year guy and you? You hear me?
Yeah. Right.
Huh? Are you handling yourself as a professional, going through, getting up early, taking care of your business? You feel me? Making plays, make them say your name.
Yes, sir.
You got to make them say your name, Daddy. You hear me? You
You
got
got
to
to
make
give
them
him
say your
something to
name.
remember now.
You hear me, bro?
I respect that, man. I really, like I said, bro, I really enjoy you, bro, and everything that you have brung and what you're bringing to the table, man. And people need stuff like this, man. People need this, man. And there's nothing wrong with just a little tough love. Because me and my brothers went through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I'm not saying like, oh, you know, to be mean or to be degrading to people,
Yeah.
but there's nothing wrong with just giving just a little tap love. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Well, and so you say tap love. I say competitive love. I come from a house where contact was made.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it wasn't much contact from my daddy because he really wasn't. He wasn't really around. But it was contact from my brother. My brother was
Yeah.
chastising me. You feel me? Then you got big cousin them.
Yeah.
They checking on you. They wasn't letting a lot of stuff go. And that's the school I come from.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting there down there by the pool, and some kids down there, and they getting into it. And, hey, ho, no, man, we don't do that. They cussing and carrying on. See, today the parents don't want you to check them little bad little things, man. And it take a village.
Yeah.
It take a
It does.
village,
It
and you
definitely
know
do.
that I won't hurt your child and won't do nothing disrespectful to them. But you gotta check them.
Yeah.
You know, just like you, the parent, right there on the spot.
Yeah.
You hear
Yeah.
me? And
Yeah.
I end up talking to the little guy down there cussing and carrying on, and I follow him all the way out the pool. Like, boy, you ain't tougher than me, little fella. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
I know
man.
you number 9 years old, you know, but you got to challenge them and you got to be there,
Yeah.
you know, to love on them at the same time. But I think that's what we're missing. We got too many grown people turning their heads to
That's right.
disrespect.
That's
You hear
right.
me? And then the disrespect continue on until something happened violently, you know, when
That's
it
right.
could have been checked. You
And
know,
then a
we
lot
got to
of people,
work together. We got to work together there.
but a lot of people, and when I feel there's a lot of people that don't grow. I guess these kids don't grow up with no conflict, or the challenge of the conflict. And
Right.
well, like there was okay, if I did something wrong in my crib, if at my mom's, it's gonna get dealt with. You get what I'm
So,
saying?
so
I'm getting a
yeah.
whooping. Something's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think, yeah, when I came up, you gonna get a whooping at the house, you gonna get a whooping at auntie house, you go down
Exactly.
grandma, you gonna get your behind whooped down to grandma house, thinking you running from something. You know,
Exactly.
that's the family I came from.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the community I came from. You know, and then it wasn't snitching then. You
Yeah.
getting your ass told on, and mama don't told them getting permission to whoop your ass down that road until you act right. You feel
Yeah.
me? Because
Yeah.
mama eyes can't be in all places. You feel me?
That's right.
So. Yeah, so that's where I lie at with this new generation coming up. We get them to put these games down a little bit, get back outside, you
Yeah.
know, lock the doors, turn the water faucet on outside for them, and just toughen them up a little bit. They'll be all right.
Yeah. And that's what I say, bro. We think alike. I like this, man.
Man, that's
Um,
how it goes, man. That's
uh,
how it goes, bro.
Troy, I really do appreciate this, bro. This has been amazing talking to you. I know we're coming down to the end of it, but before we go, let me ask you this: before we go, how do you feel about the state of the NFL right now? How do you, at the team wise, like who we got coming up? Because we're in off season right now. So who we got coming up? Who do you think what's going on, man?
Yeah, I think I'm always about them Dallas Cowboys.
Okay,
And them Dallas Cowboys,
got
you
you.
know, if the defense can get us a stop here and there at pivotal points in the game, I think with the new workout that Schottenheimer got the team going through, it should toughen them up, and we should be in the mix of things.
Yeah.
We should be in the mix of things. You know, I'm all for the Cowboys, man. I'm all for the Cowboys.
I ain't mad at you for that, man. I ain't mad at you. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie. Rams was looking kind of good. Rams was looking a little good at the end.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree. And the question becomes, do CJ Stroud get it done this year? If you want to talk about Houston,
Yeah.
let's talk about Houston. Houston got an almighty defense over there that gonna stop you on every day, and man, Stroud can't seem to get it together. He's throwing the ball in the air, man.
Well, it's like sometimes it's like almost like whatever.
So,
I'm just throwing like he's scared to get hit.
yeah,
Let's just keep it what it is. He just don't
yeah.
want to get
So
hit.
so I like the addition of the running back that's coming out of Detroit.
Okay.
I think you got Montgomery over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I think that's going to be a great addition over there with that style of offense and defense over there
Yeah.
and grind it out. But I was excited for the run that the Houston Texans took last year,
Yeah,
man.
man. They had a
And
good
man,
run.
you right there in the mix of things, man. And I'm telling you, man, Stroud just threw that game away, and I was so upset about that.
Man.
He got so much talent. So see what happens there, man.
Yeah. And then he has no, and that's why I tell my guys, he doesn't have an excuse. You
Yeah,
have the defense.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you have
yeah.
it's like you have offense, yes, but you have the defense
Yeah,
overall,
just
bro.
don't throw the game away. So I'm hoping they can put something together there. But I'm looking for Cowboys to do big things, man. With the addition of George Pickens, it seems like Schottenheimer got the guys in the right mindset going into training camp,
Okay.
barring injuries, and Mr. Jones keep his ears open and his eyes open for more defense acquisitions over there to build that defense up, where
Yeah.
we're able to stop Saquon Barkley. And if we're able to stop Saquon Barkley and the Philadelphia Eagles, then I see us in good position to
Okay.
take a run for it.
I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that, bro. Not mad at that at all, man. Where can the people find you? Where can the good people find you?
Man, you can find me everywhere, man. You can find me on TikTok at Troy Hambrick 42, Instagram Troy Hambrick 42, Facebook Troy Hambrick. Just messing around, man, rebuilding, retooling, And in this world, you got to make them say your name.
You
It ain't no
definitely do.
handouts.
It's real. That's
Go
real.
be great. Go do something extraordinary. I'm talking about over the top, huh? And go to church on Sundays.
Yeah, that's real. Hey, man. Hey, Joy, man. I really think, too, but before we go, bro, I know you say you're on TikTok. People would love to hear your stories, man. The way you break down stories, I know people would love to hear, bro. That could be something you could do, man.
So you say, I let the Lord lead the way. I haven't turned down anyone, and I'm hoping that the Lord just let my voice and my animations on the right person's ear, on the right person's
That's real.
doorstep, and and let my career be whatever it's going to be, man. He's been good to me. He's been good to me, even at a difficult moment that I'm going through now. Overall, man, I give it to God.
I like that, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Shout out to Michael Kelly for this one, man. Big shout out to
Shout
Michael
out to
Kelly.
Michael Kelly,
Yeah,
man.
you got to
I
shout out.
appreciate him reaching out, man. Got so many Facebook friends out there. I don't know who everybody is, but I try to treat everybody equal, man, because that's what God would want us to do.
That's real, man. That's real. Before you go, Troy, I always ask people if they could do a shout out for me. You're going to say your name and I'm rocking with DJ Malone.
Hey, my name's Troy Hambrick from Dallas Cowboys, and I'm rocking with DJ Malone.
Boom. Fireworks, explosions, everything in between, man. Make sure you guys get into it, man. We do appreciate everybody for tuning in. Chicago 77.3, man. We out. One.
We lit live. This is WBBC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3. Your hottest digital station.
Now in digital HD sound.